we need to improve our technological self-reliance, and we need to work on areas like sustainability. I think today I would be happy to share that the entire curriculum, as per the guidelines of United University Grants Commission (UGC), should be based on the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, and that of course includes green energy as well as energy conservation or conservation of resources. Social equity and inclusion. This is the new buzzword actually. So that the National Education Policy (NEP) 2020 wants that there should be universal access to high quality education and affordable healthcare, and we need to reduce the disparities. And India wants to attain global leadership through its Human Development Index, because India has a huge demographic dividend with the world's largest young population. And I'll repeat that the four pillars for this Viksit Bharat will be the youth, poor, women, and farmers. And today I'm very happy that we are all sharing our time to discuss about the young scientists' contribution to the growth of the nation. Why higher education matters? Today in higher education we have more than 4.3 crore students enrolled, the largest youth population globally, and we are now focusing as a nation. We are focusing on skill, research, and leadership creation. If you look at this graph, I think you will understand that the highest youth uh, population is in India. This is in millions, followed by China, USA, and the European Union. As regards higher education, so the total enrollment you can see in 2021-22 is almost 4.33 crores, and it is growing. Out of this 4.33 crores, 2.07 crores is the female students, the girl students, and the gross enrollment ratio is definitely increasing in the for the girls, and now it stands at 32%. And due to the impetus given by the government, lot of new institutions, universities are coming up. Today, India is a home to almost 1,200 universities and more than 40,000 institutions of higher education. Regarding equity, the government is focusing on the inclusion and equity, and there is an increase in the SC, scheduled caste, and scheduled tribe students' admissions to higher education. Even the OBC, you can see the 45% increase in the enrollment, so that we are expanding the opportunities for socio-economic groups. It is not just about numbers, but lot of millions of dreams fulfilled, families uplifted, and again I will reiterate that this is the youth which is going to make the nation a developed nation. Let us look at the role of higher education in the Viksit Bharat. I will be definitely talking about Viksit Bharat in subsequent flights. So, on when we reach 2047, that is 100 years of Indian independence, we expect the nation to be a developed nation. It is a Herculean task, definitely, and a lot of people are working towards it on a continual basis. And that definitely requires not only economic prosperity, technological advancement, but also social equity for all its citizens. So today, 2026, higher education stands at the cornerstone of this transformation, driving innovation, fostering critical thinking, and creating a skilled workforce ready for tomorrow's challenges. I think I'm happy to share that All India Council for Technical Education, AICT, which governs, regulates all the higher education in technical education in India, is focusing on skilling of its people. And now the entire education of engineering is on outcome based engineering, outcomes based education. And our Honorable Prime Minister has said, the wealth of knowledge is the supreme wealth, unquote. So, India wants to be a knowledge economy, and I would like to share, if you just look at a comparison between India and US, India is a factor based economy basically. So, here the majority of the people are still enrolled in menial jobs, like manual jobs, menial jobs, which are not very high paying. Whereas you compare to US, there a lot of intellectuals are there, and their economy is based on innovation based economy. You look at Apple. Similarly, there are a lot of tech companies, tech giants in the US, and thus the country, the US, is known for its innovation rather than India, where we are known for our, uh, we are exploiting our natural resources to improve our economy. Hence, universities and colleges across India are positioned to be the engines of economic growth, innovation hubs, and champions of social equity, that is, transforming young minds into nation builders. Again, Ministry of Education, I'd like to highlight that has ensured that most of the institutions today have Institution Innovation Council (IICs) in their universities and institutions, so that we can all work towards innovations, entrepreneurship, startups, and the students are exposed to the nuances of entrepreneurship and startups. What are the key challenges? Today, there is a lot of skill mismatch, and the research is mostly confined to academic research, and the commercialization of research is not up to the mark. The pedagogy, that is teaching learning, which is being taking place, is still on chalk and talk and very rudimentary stage pedagogy in most of the institutions. Of course, the higher education sector, especially medical education and engineering education, due to their finances, they have gone for interactive panels, live classes through internet. That is happening. But in the especially the school education, this is not the case. And there is a digital divide. Still, India, though is the largest country, we are still growing with the internet penetration is still an issue. So, what are the various pillars you can see? Skills and employability can be the one pillar. Then the research and innovation, basically. And I said all the institutions have come up with Institute Innovation Councils, IISCs, and now students are being exposed to innovation. And this year, 2025-26, AICT has even permitted institutions to start up courses on innovation startup for the students, so that they take it as an elective. And even AICT is empowering people, institutions to come up with MBA programs, management programs with innovation entrepreneurship. Industry integration is one of the biggest pillar. If you look at developed countries, the universities are mostly funded by industries, because the industries fund for the research, and the institutions get almost 60 to 80% of the resources through industry financing. Whereas in India, it is not the case. It is still beginning, and it's a long way to go to see ensure that industry participates and promotes research in the academic institutions. Digital education, because India being geographically spread, the digital education, as we are discussing today, now it is an online session. I think most of you are sitting in the comforts of your homes and offices and able to listen. So this is a digital education is a handy tool, so that people can get access to information, knowledge, sitting in the comforts of their house, and they do not travel, basically. And inclusive education, so government is more focusing on empowering girls, empowering the socially deprived people, and that is one of the prime focus by the national government. The focus will be on the future workforce. India wants to be a knowledge economy. As I just told, India as of today is a factor-based economy, which is heavily dependent on manpower as well as natural resources. But in days to come, India will be known for its knowledge economy. India wants to be a relevant nation and improve its scale, and with equity in mind. As regarding skill development, a lot of departments are there. National Skill Development Corporation is there at national level. All the states have state skill development corporations, and skill sectors are there. I think more than 32 skill sectors are there, and a lot of trainings are being undertaken. The current area of discussion is artificial intelligence. Even due to paucity of time, I have prepared my presentation using artificial intelligence. Data science is coming up a new area because we need to know our data and draw meaningful insights and inferences from the data so that we can contribute to the growth story. EVs, electrical vehicles, are in the range now. India is promoting EVs in a big way, and of late we are seeing a lot of four wheelers, two wheelers flying on Indian roads. Even buses, public transport is being undertaken. AICT is encouraging internships. Sorry to say, because I am a principal of an engineering college, which comes under the purview of AICT. So I will be focusing more on engineering education per se. Internships are made mandatory for all UG engineering programs, so students are exposed to industries and first hand, like this internships, housemanship was there all along for doctors. Now engineers are also exposed to the real life situation so that they'll get hands-on information. Problem solving is one of the issue, and I think now design thinking, one of the course, also talks about problem solving, be it in manufacturing as well as in service sector. And outcome based learning, whatever the learning is happening, I think even UGC has prepared curriculum this way. Here all the courses now are outcome based, and all the courses will have course outcome, the programs will have program outcome and program educational objectives, and the institution should have their vision as well as mission. Research and innovation, I think a lot of focus is now going on applied research, startup and incubations, and IPR and technology transfer. So the idea is the intellectual property rights should be known to the students and the engineers so that they can file for IPRs, and then based on that they can come out their own startups. And now even engineering college and lot of incubation centers are available pan India, so that students can register their startups and they can be incubated. And of late, people are now talking about accelerators also. So the incubation period, after incubation, the startup is accelerated. Last month, I think December 2025, the government introduces a comprehensive umbrella commission to revolutionize higher education across India, and the bill is called as Viksit Bharat Shiksha Adhisthan Bill. And this will merge all the four entities like AICT, UGC, National Council for Technical Education, Teacher Education. And it will have four verticals, which will be the councils, accreditation council, even grants will be taken by this. This will all come under one umbrella. India wants to simplify the administrative processes, reduce bureaucratic hurdles, and promote institutional autonomy for universities. As I was telling, today India has around 200 universities, a lot of state universities, private universities, and central universities, and the numbers will increase. As you know, only few countries in the world are having this affiliation system, and India is doing away with this affiliation system and granting a lot of autonomy to the institutions so that they become ultimately degree awarding institutions like any developed country. So, to enhance the quality, we want to establish rigorous standards while encouraging innovation, research excellence, and global competitiveness. I think I'm happy to share the government. I think last year you have seen that Southampton University of London, they already opened up campus in Delhi NCR, and five foreign universities have opened up. They are opening up their campuses in Mumbai, education city, by this year. So the India has opened doors for global institutions which are coming in the top QS 500 ranking to open up their campuses in India. And even vice versa, IIT Mumbai, they have opened up campuses abroad, like even Manipal universities. Manipal University has opened campuses, so that also is permitted. And to create the innovation ecosystem, ISEs are established, and a lot of smart India hackathons are being conducted by nation. I think this was the last year was the seventh edition of the Smart India Hackathon, Pan India Smart India Hackathon, and a lot of boot camps are also conducted so that we enable an environment of cutting edge research, technology transfer, and entrepreneurship in academic institutions. So this Viksit Bharat Shiksha Adhishthan Bill 2025 is a landmark reform expected to position Indian universities among the world's best, fostering a culture of excellence, accountability, and continuous improvement that will accelerate India's journey towards becoming a knowledge superpower. Industry academia collaboration has started, and many institutions are have made headways into this. And now industry is also involved in the designing of curriculum of the institutions, and the industry personnel are acting as a adjunct faculty. Even professor of practice has been introduced by both by UGC as well as AICT, and industries are sponsoring advanced labs, center of excellence labs in the educational institutions. As regards digital transformation, blended learning is being encouraged. I think everyone is aware that as of today, my AICT and UGC have permitted 40% of the courses in the undergraduate programs to be taken through MOOCs, that is Swayam platform. So that itself is a big deal about to encourage digital education through blended learning through NPTEL and SWAYAM programs. And now, with the advent of AI, I think AI is here to stay and contribute to the growth of the growth story of the nation as well as the world. And AI-enabled education, virtual labs. I think our Mike institution from since 2022, we are nodal center for IIT Bombay virtual labs. All labs, instead of doing it physically, most of the high-tech labs are being done virtually. Students can change the various parameters and see what are the outputs. And it is very handy, useful, and in the comforts of their house or even our college labs, the students are doing various experiments for various programs, civil engineering, mechanical engineering, you name, physics, chemistry. Lot of these labs are being added also. And lifelong learning, this is one of the program outcomes. If we want ourselves to be relevant in the current changing world, this world is changing at a very fast pace, so lifelong learning is definitely one of the program outcomes, and we all need to learn. And even when Dr. Rajesh Ram gave me this opportunity, I took, okay, fine, we'll take up and speak. It was very at a very short notice, but I am very much thankful that I got an opportunity to speak. India being a large country with 1.4 billion population, the education has to be inclusive. So now there is a lot of thought about rural access to education and women in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. A lot of focus is given to women. And as per NEP 2020 also, now even engineering education or higher education can take place in local languages so the students understand the concepts, because most of the states education is a subject on concurrent list, and many students come through the vernacular background. So in higher education also regional languages are being encouraged. And now there is a multiple entry multiple exit scheme, so that students can based on their constraints then they can leave after first year, second year, third year, get various certificate, diplomas, and all, and again join back, so and continue their studies, which was not the case earlier. So, regarding building a future tech workforce through technology and innovation, like premier institutes like IITs, ISC, Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, and Triple IT, that is Indian Institute of Information Technology, they are pioneering programs in artificial intelligence, blockchain, machine learning, and data science, preparing students for the digital economy. The National Research Foundation is catalyzing industry academia partnerships in clean energy, biotechnology, space technology, and advanced manufacturing. And regarding digital learning, Swayam and Diksha and other platforms are democratizing access to quality education, reaching rural remote areas with courses from top institutions. So it is not just about technology adoption. It represents India's commitment to leapfrog traditional development pathways and creating a workforce equipped for Industry 4.0, now Industry 5.0, and beyond. So the sustainability is a buzzword. As I told, all the curriculum is now based on the 17 sustainable goals and values. So ethics, climate action, and community engagement are very important, and these all the three are also a part of the program outcomes, like engineer and ethics, and engineer and environment, and engineer and the society are the program outcomes, and it is the ecosystem is developed so that the students and faculty ensure that the passing out graduates have exposure to this. The faculty development is one of the big issues. As the strength of students is almost 4.3 crores, so almost for every good institution, for every 15 to 20 students, we need one faculty. And then the leadership is also a big issue in India. So a lot of faculty development programs are happening. A lot of autonomy is given to the institutions as well as quality assurance. As of today, India had a National Board of Accreditation for program accreditation, NAC, that's the National Assessment and Accreditation Council for institution or university accreditation, and even few institutions which have global aspirations have gone for ABET, Accreditation Board of Engineering and Technology of USA, for accrediting their respective programs. So by 2047, we expect India to have world-class universities. What you see in the Times ranking or QS ranking, and the skilled workforce. Today there is a skill mismatch. A lot of skills you still find the shortage of people, skilled people, and the skill sectors are creating skilled manpower to meet this requirement. And India, I again would like to repeat, should be an innovation led economy. Coming to green sustainable development and green innovation. So now the curriculum is based on SDGs, the integrating the environmental studies, climate science, and renewable energy across disciplines, creating environmentally sustainable technologies and environmentally conscious graduates who understand the challenges before we adopt sustainability. Student led research projects and startups advancing India's self reliance goals in clean energy, water conservation, sustainable agriculture, and circular economy solutions. I think I'd like to highlight that as of today, most of the nations are having a linear economy, in the sense we design products, we use the resources, we manufacture the products, and we sell them, the companies sell them, and some components are resold, or after the usage life of the products, nobody bothers. But today, due to the circular and economic concepts, now even in the design stage itself, we would like to know what all raw materials we are using to manufacture that, and after the end use, after the life of the product, where all that raw material will go, so that we are encouraging recycling, reuse, and we are reducing the dependence on the finite sources of materials which are available on planet Earth. This is a new concept. I think a lot of research is happening. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm in a talk here. Yeah, there talk. हाँ नहीं I'm doing a talk. Okay, I talk to you. हाँ sorry. Uh, then now regarding research, I think my worthy friend Dr. Rajesh Ram is going to speak a lot of. He has got elaborate talk on research contribution to the Vikasit Bharat. I would like just to add that various areas like today solar power, battery storage system, carbon capture, green hydrogen, these are the technologies what India is harping on to ensure that the national targets of the climate are met, and the global commitments what India has given to become net zero by 2070 are being met. Indian universities are emerging as laboratories for sustainable development where tomorrow's environmental leaders learn to balance economic growth with ecological responsibility, essential for India's net zero ambitions by 2070. See, if you look at earlier, the industry were focused on profits, then on people, and then on planet. But today, the era has changed. Today, it is planet first, people second, and profits the end. So at 100 years of independence, that is on 2047, India will have an economic transformation. This transformation is already in progress. Today we are the fourth largest economy in the world, but still our per capita income is not adequate, and we expect that as of today, I think we have a 4 trillion economy, but we are expecting a GDP, gross domestic product, of 30 to 40 trillion dollars, with a per capita income reaching around 15 to $18,000, which will position India as a global economic powerhouse. We are looking for holistic development beyond economic metrics, achieving inclusive growth, social equity, environmental sustainability, and transparent governance for all its citizens. And India ultimately wants to be a Atmanirbhar Bharat, which is prosperous, innovative, and resilient to, on the global stage. Coming to Viksit Bharat, what exactly we look at Viksit Bharat? The four pillars are the economic growth, driving through innovation, entrepreneurship, and world-class infrastructure to establish India as a global economic leader with sustainable prosperity. The second is social progress, ensuring universal education access, healthcare as a fundamental right, compensative women empowerment, comprehensive women empowerment, and complete social inclusion across all communities. Environment sustainability, achieving the net zero emissions through green technologies, renewable energy expansion, and robust biodiversity conversion program. And ultimately, this all we want to achieve through good governance, like we have already ESG, environment, social, and governance practices put up by all the major industries, which will establish transparent, accountable, and citizen-centric governance powered by cutting-edge digital public infrastructure and efficient systems. For this Viksit Bharat, lot of initiatives have been taken by government, like governance overhaul, economic liberalization, industrial transformation, digital revolution, and we'll look at digital revolution. Like lot of 42 lakh plus kilo optical fiber network has been deployed, and 100% of rural network connectivity has been achieved, and AI is being encouraged for global governance systems, transforming the delivery of services by the government. So Ayushman Bharat cards for medical, Jan Dhan program for banking to the people, and women target in the workforce that has been increased. Environment leadership and sustainability. India wants to achieve 50% of its electricity capacity from non-fossil fuels, and it is already there by solar as well as wind technologies, demonstrating India's leadership in the world arena. India has launched International Solar Alliance in collaboration with France in 2015, pioneering unprecedented global cooperation and technology transfer, and net zero commitment India has assured by the year 2070 with accelerated milestones, and already we have whatever petrol we use in our bikes and cars, we have gone for 10% of blending, and we are increasing it to 20% in uh, time to follow. So today, India is the world's fourth largest economy, projected to grow the top three, along with China and USA, between the in the next 5 years. And the startup economy, India today has got 118 unicorns. One unicorn is a company with a net worth of $1 billion, that is almost 9,000 crores. And today, India has got around 16 lakh startups registered, and the ease of doing business is also improving. India has now climbed from 130 rank to 63, and there are almost 200 countries, and hence we are able to attract a lot of foreign direct investment in the country. Human Development Index HDI, like I was telling, that is one of the parameters for being classified as a developed country. So a lot of progress is being made. The HDI score as per 2023 has improved, The life expectancy earlier was, I think, during after independence, it was hardly 40 years. Today, it is almost 72 years of life expectancy. And schooling, the expected schooling years is almost 13 years of schooling. It was very low earlier, but now it is almost 13 years of schooling, and that is why India wants to increase the gross enrollment ratio. That is, the if 100 students pass 12th standard in any year, only 28 to 30 students go for higher studies, that is undergraduate program. India wants that instead of 30, it should become 50 by the next 5 years. The 2030, we should expect 50% of the gross enrollment ratio, so that we have more educated graduates who can contribute to the nation development. So, as I was speaking, the four pillars of national progress: youth, they should be the agents of innovation and entrepreneurship, driving India's transformation into a knowledge economy with cutting edge skills and digital fluency. Women empowerment, comprehensive initiatives targeting economic participation, leadership roles, and breaking barriers across all sections of the society. Prosperity, the farmers are the backbone for the food security, supported by income doubling schemes, sustainable agriculture practices, and modern technology adoption. And inclusive welfare, comprehensive schemes targeting zero poverty, social upliftment, and ensuring no one is left behind. India's growth story. So Viksit Bharat 2047, a call for action. We need to embrace innovation, leverage technology, entrepreneurship, and create solutions to solve India's largest problems. Champion sustainability, lead the global fight against climate change while ensuring environmental conservation for future generations. And strengthen the governance to build transparent, accountable institutions that serve every citizen with dignity and efficiency. Together, let's realize the dream of Viksit Bharat, a developed, empowered India for all by 2047. And research has definitely a big role to play in this area. Uh, so the global university rankings have to increase in India, and India leads the G20 movement in the improvement of university rankings and research output, and we are encouraging global ties with the top-notch universities worldwide. India is focusing on interdisciplinary research, so they are breaking the silos between the departments. To because suppose if you talk about climate change, it is not a problem which can be solved by one department like physics department, chemistry department, civil engineering. So they all have to work hand in hand to ensure that the things are taken care. International partnerships are in the pipeline. Government is aggressively driving investment in the infrastructure sector. India's research ecosystem is transforming from quantity to quality, with universities publishing in top journals, filing patents, and contributing to the global knowledge creation, positioning India as a research powerhouse. Empowering the marginalized community and gender equity, the number of girls enrolling for PhD program has almost doubled in the last one decade. So and now we have almost 1 lakh students so that who are taking up PhD, and it is a very welcome sign that girls and even teaching fraternity, we see the almost 50% women are working and contributing to the higher education sector. Minority inclusion, a lot of scholarships and support systems are provided to the student so that students can have access to higher education without financial barriers. And faculty diversity, promoting equitable representation in teaching and research positions, strengthening India's social fabric through inclusive excellence. Beyond just access, these initiatives focus on creating welcoming environments where students from all backgrounds can thrive, contribute their unique perspectives, and reach their full potential. While teaching education becomes truly inclusive, it's transformed not just individuals but entire communities, creating a multiplier effect that ripple through generations and across society. Having said this, there are challenges. The challenges are regarding quality, the skill gap, what we are having, the technology integration, and the innovation. And India is addressing all these upfront, be it the quality enhancement, the skill industry gap, technology integration, as well as innovation ecosystem. So quality enhancement के लिए, as I told, industry is now contributing to the not only to the curriculum design, but also we have faculty, they are contributing in the teaching also, teaching as well as research. Skill gap, a lot of skill sectors are there, around 32 skill sectors. A lot of internships are provided by the industries. Skill certification programs are happening. Technology integration, I think MOOCs, massive online open courses like Swayam, NPTEL, Coursera, edX, a lot of platforms are available. And India is leveraging AI and digital tools for the personalized, adaptive, and lifelong learning experiences accessible to all. And a lot of smart classrooms. I think AICT and institutions, most of them have come out with smart classroom concepts and also virtual labs. Innovation is being again a focus area of focus. A lot of startup funding mechanisms are happening. Most of the colleges have started incubation centers like Section 8 companies. They have already formed, and technology transfers are happening, and incubation centers is are there in almost all the most of the universities. So, addressing these four challenges requires sustained commitment, adequate funding, and collaboration between all the stakeholders. But the reward will be world-class higher education system that truly powers Viksit Bharat. And in the end, I'd like to conclude that higher education is the cornerstone for Viksit Bharat. Uh, if India has to be Viksit, developed, then people need to contribute, and the people in higher education definitely will have a greater share to contribute. And that will be happening only through innovations, social transformation, and looking for a sustainable future. Fostering breakthrough research, technological advancements, and entrepreneurship that drives the economic growth. In social transformation, promoting inclusivity, gender equity, opportunities for all communities, strengthen India's social fabric, leading green innovation and environmental stewardship for a prosperous, climate resilient nation. The transformation of India into a Viksit Bharat is not a solitary journey. It requires the collective efforts of government policymakers, academic leaders, industry partners, students, and the society at large. By investing in higher education today, expanding access, enhancing quality, fostering innovation, and promoting equity, we are laying the foundation for a self reliant, prosperous India that leads on the global stage. Together, we can build the nation of our dreams, where every citizen has the opportunity to learn, grow, and contribute to the nation that is developed, inclusive, and sustainable. This is the promise of Viksit Bharat, powered by the transformative forces of higher education. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Walter.